Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my 5 exercises that you must do to make that booty grow. So, let's get started. First, before I say any of these, I want to say your butt is a big muscle. Simply by doing like a million glute kickbacks on the cable machine or whatever, that's not going to really grow your glutes. You really want to do some big, heavy compound movements. Really get those glutes completely fired, and really those heavy compound movements are what is going to really make the biggest difference in your glute growth. Yes, kickbacks are good for like the shaping and like, I don't know, finishing out like the burnout of the muscle, but to really make significant size gains, you want to do those heavy compound movements. So don't be afraid to lift heavy. Don't be afraid to try different exercises that you haven't tried already. So I'm going to go through my top 5. Number 1 is squats. Obviously, we all know squats are like the thing for glute growth. Squats are definitely something that you should do. Besides your butt, squats are just great for your entire body. They literally hit almost every muscle in your body if you do them correctly, like your back, your lats, your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, everything is just totally engaged, and squats can do wonders for your body in general, but squats are really great for the glutes. If you don't know how to squat, I actually made a couple videos on how to squat, so I will link those on the description box below and at the end of the video. So those are there for you to watch. My second is hip thrusts. When I was struggling with squats, as some of you guys know, I was literally unable to squat at all. And I compensated for that by doing hip thrusts instead of squats. The reason I wasn't able to do it is because my joints were all messed up. I was super tight and immobile. I did hip thrusts instead, and that's really what gave my glutes like massive growth. I did heavy hip thrusts. And the key to doing heavy hip thrusts is having one of those like big blue squishy foam pads, or like a big pad that you can put under the bar. Because if you try to do heavy hip thrusts without a pad or with one of those little dinky squat pads, it hurts your hips and it just doesn't feel good, and you really aren't going to be able to do the exercise. So I would take one of those huge foam blue pads and stick it under the bar, and I would load the bar up as heavy as I could and really drive through your heels. Getting the weight up on the first one is the toughest, and then you can really get more reps after that first like up motion. Maybe I'll do a video on how to hip thrust heavy. That would be a good idea. But anyways, also when you're hip thrusting, you might feel it more in like your quads instead of your butt or whatever, and that can be because of how close your legs are to the bench that you're up against. So the farther out you put your legs, it hits different parts of your body if your legs are farther out than if they're like bent more. So play around with that and see what type, like where you feel it the most. But really it's all about squeezing the glutes at the top and holding it at the top for like a couple seconds, and then slowly coming back down and then squeezing as hard as you can. Hip thrusts are amazing for glute growth. I'm definitely going to do a video on hip thrusts next time I'm at the gym and I have the time. Number 3 is deadlifts. Deadlifts are another big, heavy, awesome compound movement for your glutes and your legs in general. There's 3 different kinds of deadlifts you can do. You can do sumo, which is where your feet are like very wide apart, and your legs are wide apart and your feet are pointed outward and your arms are straight down. Or you could do conventional, which is my favorite type of deadlift, where your feet are like shoulder width apart. Or you could do RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts, which is where you don't really bend your knees. You just kind of like drop, like push your hips backward and keep your legs sort of almost straight, but not totally straight. So those are 3 forms of deadlifts you could do. Also, walking lunges. That's number 4, is walking lunges. Those are incredible for your legs and your glutes. Just get a barbell and like something about actually walking. Like I know people do them in place lunges, but for me, there's something about that follow through where you actually take a step that I just feel it so much more in my glute. So definitely utilize those. Those are just like killer. They get me every time. And then single leg presses. Leg press in general is a good idea for your glutes, but when you do single leg, you can change the angle that you do it at. You can do them like this or straight on, and that really kills your glutes as well. So those are my top 5 exercises that you should be doing to grow your glutes. I encourage you to push your strength because your body, your muscles will adapt to whatever you put it through. So the only way that it's gonna grow is if you put it through something that it can't do yet. Does that make sense? So it has to grow to adapt to be able to do that. So don't be afraid to lift heavy. Don't be afraid to increase your weight. Don't be afraid to push yourself and push your strength and make those strength gains because your glutes will have no option but to follow suit and just grow to be able to do that. So that's my top 5 exercises you should be doing to grow your glutes. I do want to also remind you that I have a free ebook download for you to try if you would like. It's in the description box below, totally free. It's just a download link. It's a 12-week training program and nutrition guidelines as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to see more, and I will see you next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my channel at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Adios.
Okay, so I forgot one thing when I was recording this video, and that is to tell you guys about the One Up Nutrition holiday sale that they're running from now all the way through Cyber Monday. So this sale is going to go live, it's going to be live until midnight Eastern Standard Time on Monday, Cyber Monday. So you have until then, but it's a crazy sale. It's actually 50% off total. So they discounted the entire website 30% off, and then when you add my discount code, which is Katie20, you're going to get another 20% off. So that's 50% off total. So I thought it was too big of a sale not to share, which is why I'm throwing this little clip in the video so you guys can utilize this crazy discount. So 50% off total, and you can get the extra 20% off with my code Katie20. The link is also below for your easy access, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and that's it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.